So it is time before to start with the project with Laravel, before to start with PHP and coding and creating structures. It is very important to understand the fundamentals on how might work any real-time application independently if it is with Laravel, but of course we are going to focus on Laravel itself. So I prepared a little image for this. We have Laravel on one side, and we have a real-time service, or let's say a real-time server, and then we have several entities like clients connected to that real-time server using WebSockets. A WebSocket is basically like a connection that is completely established on real time and never dies. So once you establish a connection with a WebSocket, you have all the possibilities to still receiving or even sending information to that WebSocket, and that especially is useful for real-time applications because you can receive at that specific time instantly any notification, any message about anything a user created, a message, any kind of notification, wherever that you are receiving is going to be available there. So basically the way to work is this. In Laravel, you have an event generated, a message sent, a user created, a user deleted, a notification created, something like that is created in Laravel, and Laravel is going to broadcast that, and is going to use that using the real-time service. That service is going to then receive the message after Laravel authenticates, sending a secret key, an ID, etc. The authentication process just to be sure that nobody else is capable to send that. And once that message is received from the real-time server, a real-time service is going to broadcast to every single element, to every single client that is connected to that WebSocket in that channel and listening to that event. That means an event to created or updated, message sent, whatever. Listening to that is going to receive that status, that message, that user, depending on what you need, and is going to act depending on that. You just receive a message. This client just receives a message, and depending of that client are the actions to execute after receiving the message. To show something, to hide something, to change the color, to start moving something. That depends of the content on the message and what the client wants to do with that information. That is the way to go. And there is a little, let's say, additional flow and optional flow. Sometimes the client can say to Laravel what to send. This is the typical approach, for example, for a chat. In the client side, in the browser, for example, the user type his messages, the messages that wants to send, and then those messages are sent to Laravel. Laravel process it, validate it, modify it if you require, and then send it to the real-time service to broadcast that specific message to every other server, to every other client that is connected to that chat, to that WebSocket, and show the message correspondingly depending on what wants to do every single client with that message. So that's all. That is basically the way to work of the real-time applications. It sounds very simple, and in fact it is, but anyways it still being very powerful and very flexible. And that is what we are going to see during the classes starting in the following section, preparing our Laravel project. See you there.